Are Toyota Tundras still in short supply, or has Toyota finally caught up? Let's take a look. Well, good afternoon, everybody, and welcome back to RamBox FST. Today, I thought I would take a look and see if the Toyota Tundra is still in short supply. You know, a while back, when they first came out, had there been a decent supply of them, had they been readily available, I might have actually bought one. Would have been a mistake for me because, as it turns out, I'm really not a big fan of the redesign. But either way, I probably would have gotten one had they not been in such short supply. So I thought I would take a look. I've got the old internet up here on my phone, local dealership. We're gonna pull them up and see just how many there are out there, if any. So let's take a look. There are 4, according to this dealership's website, that are actually available. Now, whether that means they're physically on the lot, hard to tell. They could be an allocation, which, by the way, is one good way to put your hands on the new Toyota Tundra, but you're limited in choices, of course. So let's take a look. What 4 are out there? First off, we have a, let's see, this is a Tundra SR5 Crew Max with a 5.5-foot bed. It is in army green, it looks like. Yes, army green. The drivetrain is rear-wheel drive, so you're not going to get four-wheel. The interior is black. And of course, as everybody probably already knows, it has the 10-speed automatic transmission with the 3.5-liter V6. And just of note, the listed fuel economy on here is 18 in the city and 23 on the highway. No big surprise there. Everything is pretty much the same. Let's look at the second one. We'll get that pulled up here. This is a limited Crew Max with a 5.5-foot bed. Again, with the 3.5-liter engine. This one has a color of blueprint, which I actually like that color. I think that's a pretty neat new color. It's very similar to a Toyota Tacoma that I had several years ago. This one is four-wheel drive, and the interior is listed as birch. I don't think I've seen that one yet. Not quite sure what that color is. Everything else is the same except for the fuel economy. And I'm assuming this is because it's four-wheel drive. It gets 17 in the city and 22 miles per gallon on the highway. Next up, and this would be number 3 of the 4 that they actually show in stock, or show on the website anyway. This one is a Tundra SR5 Crew Max with a 5.5-foot bed, and it has the 3.5-liter engine. It is army green, once again. This one is four-wheel drive, black interior. Everything else is the same. The fuel economy on this one, again, because it's a four-wheel drive, is 17 in the city and 22 on the highway. So let's take a look at the last one. And this one, by the way, comes up as a special offer. Not sure exactly what this means, and the picture they have of it actually is inside the dealership. So I would say this one is available. This is a Toyota Tundra Limited Crew Max 5.5 bed with a 3.5-liter engine. It is blueprint in color. So interestingly, they have 2 blueprints and 2 army greens. I kind of suspected that if they did have any, they would be the typical black, silver, white, something like that. But these actually have a little bit of flair to them, a little bit of color. So this one is blueprint. It is rear-wheel drive though, so not four-wheel drive. It is black on the interior, and the mileage is up a bit because, of course, it is not four-wheel drive. It gets 18 and 23 on the highway. Now, that's it. Let's talk about pricing on these, because this is the interesting part, and this is the part really that kind of made me think they didn't really have them. But I'll tell you, in looking at the pictures on the web, 3 of the trucks that they show actually have pictures of them inside or sitting in front of the dealership. So I'm pretty sure they actually do have these in stock. Now that's definitely an improvement over what we've been seeing, because typically what you see is a stock type photo you know, those factory type photos where the trucks probably really aren't available. So let's get back to pricing. Pricing is interesting. On 2 of them, it says call for pricing. To me, that means they are not selling them at MSRP or normal stock prices. The other 2 say special offer. Now, I'm not quite sure what that means. It was, or they were, on the limiteds, by the way, so the more expensive trim level than just the straight SR5. But it's strange to me that, first of all, none of them show the pricing. So to me, that means that the pricing is elevated on each one of them. It means you're going to pay more, still some sort of a premium market adjustment, whatever. And frankly, I find that kind of surprising, and it must be due to the shortages of everything else that are out there that's still keeping the numbers down. Because typically, when you have these aftermarket price adjustments, added premiums, it's in the first maybe month or 2, and I guess we're kind of still in that range, of the release of a new model, or a redesigned model in this case, on the Toyota Tundra. I do look for the prices to somewhat level out here soon. I think as we're now in the 3rd month, and as we go towards the 4th, maybe 5th, could even go into the 6th month, that we will see the pricing on these trucks come back to MSRP. Now, does that mean that you're going to be able to get them under MSRP? Well, probably not. I think we're going to see a period of time with this new 2022 Toyota Tundra where pricing is going to be held at MSRP. And that's going to be most likely because they aren't going to be out in large numbers. They will trickle in. There'll be a handful at the dealerships, maybe 3 to 5, something like that. Maybe a couple of more if you happen to live in a market that gets more trucks in. But that's all we're going to see. Now, I do think we will be able to dicker a little bit in the future. I think we're probably looking at the end of the year, maybe even into next year for something like that. Of course, it all depends on what's going on in the world right now. If things do improve and settle down a little bit, and maybe the chips start flowing a little more freely, maybe we'll see that happen. Yeah, it's hard to tell. Anyway, leave a comment. Let me know. Are the 2022 Toyota Tundras still in short supply where you're at? I would be curious to know. Also, real quick, if you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and don't forget to hit that notification bell so that you don't miss out on any upcoming videos. I do have 2 additional channels. Rob Motive, all about my 2021 Toyota Tacoma, and Rob Motive JT, all about my 2020 Jeep Gladiator. Check them out, and if you're interested, why not subscribe? Thanks for watching. Stay safe out there. Bye.